Hey guys, it's Amanda, also known as Amateur Aries, and today we are discussing coping mechanisms for those who are going through schizophrenic or other disorder issues when it comes to delusions and psychoses. I myself am schizoaffective with schizophrenia and borderline personality disorder. This is my husband and caretaker. So today we are talking about what you can do if you have a family, friend, or etc. loved one who might be having these issues and you want to learn how to handle the issues so you can better help them. This does not mean you can end the hallucinations or delusions or psychoses, but this might help better the situation for you. Now, I am not a caretaker. Again, I'm the one with the issues. I did write down a whole bunch of notes, so if I'm looking down, it is simply because I'm making sure I'm not getting off topic and that I'm saying things correctly. I did research how to do these things by going to a couple different websites. If I remember, I'll put them down below. Hopefully this helps you guys. Delusions and psychoses is very different than normal things. Hallucinations can go along with delusions. Paranoia can go along with delusions. It's basically a mixed array of things. Delusions is unrealistic beliefs, highly beliefs, paranoid beliefs, jealous beliefs of things that are going on. I don't know really how to describe it other than people with paranoia disorder, schizophrenia, etc., etc. OCD can cause it. Borderline personality can just cause delusions by itself. Bipolar can cause it. A lot of things can cause delusions. There's grandest delusions, there is paranoid delusions, there's a lot of different type of delusions. I have a good majority of them. Delusion could be as that you think the government is after you, that you think the police are after you, you believe that you're God or Jesus, or you need to sacrifice people to the God. There's a lot of different type of strong delusions. Mine, I've already talked about in a couple of my videos. Go ahead, check them out. I'm gonna see them here because I'll start getting a rant about them. I still get delusions, jealous delusions. I think he's cheating on me, although there's no way he could. But that's part of the delusion thing. It's not because he's ever made me mistrust him. So I still get delusions, and they're a big part of a schizophrenic's life. So we're gonna get into explaining a few things you can do. Number one. Try to understand that that person is experiencing the episode believes that the hallucinations or delusions are completely and utterly real. We think for sure 100% that this is happening. I believed in it, I was an elf. And I literally would argue with my father that I was an elf. And he would try, no you're not, you're human, blah blah blah, and I didn't believe it. I was an elf. I would walk around with a cloak on my back, run around through the woods, chasing human beings around the woods because I thought I was an elf protecting the woods. This happened. He's experienced some of it. So they believe it's real, so don't go telling them, no, that's not real, you cray. They're not gonna like that. They're not gonna respond appropriately to that.
You need to try to slowly just be like, oh, you sure? You know, it's like just kind of let them question it. They have to come up with it on their own.
Number two, don't take anything they say or do personally. When we are going through delusions and psychosis, we do not act like ourselves completely. Sometimes we completely take on a different type of character. Almost like suddenly we're cosplaying, but we're not. We're taking it literally. So you just gotta be careful to not take things they say personally. Don't get too sensitive about it, because if you're getting hurt by it, you're gonna show it, and that can mess things up right there.
Yeah.
Number three. Avoid long debates on trying to convince him that the episodes are not real. This is a problem that he has. Not just because he argues with the fact that they're not real, but he has a problem with not quieting up when it's time to quiet.
I mean, it is what it is.
Number four, yes. Talk about neutral topics and not based on delusions. So, if they're seeing things or talking about, oh, I'm Zeus or something like that, don't go along with it like, oh really, you know, having fun with them ladies. Just talk about like, so how was your day? What do you want to play? You want to play a video game?
Are you hungry?
Would you like to go out to eat? Probably not the best thing to do either. Like, get fast food, stay in the car.
Yeah, don't go in public, because if they think they're Zeus or something crazy like that,
they might do something crazy like that.
Yeah, they'll be like, come here, peasant. Where is my drink?
No, that's Thor.
That would be great.
Number five. Don't go along with the delusions. Listen and sympathize instead. So, if I were to say right now I still believe that I was an elf, he doesn't go around saying, oh, I'll go get you some flowers or whatever else, I'll get you a bow and arrow, let's go out in the woods. Don't do that. Just like, Is that so? And what makes you feel that way? Or when did this start happening? You know, ask a few questions. Maybe they'll get into a story mode and you can, like, record it for them or something like that. Because they might want to know about it in the future if they go away from it. If they become sane again. Not that they're insane. Don't get me wrong in that. When I go through these delusions, I actually feel like I'm a little insane. But
Yeah.
that's just me.
Kind of brings down their morale, too.
Yeah.
Once they're back to reality.
Number 6, try to lessen or eliminate all stress and tension in the household. When we go through hallucinations or delusions, we are at a high level of irritability and stress. Anything could send us over the edge, make us feel depressed, make us angry, make us suicidal, make us go crazy. It's a very, very dangerous line, and it's a very tight line. So you have to eliminate all potential stress. Like, if there's a bad family member in the house that's arguing all the time, you might want to get them out of that scenario. That can make them worse.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean, like, leave forever or make them homeless like a lot of people tend to do. But get them out of that situation. Because, no one deserves to go through a stressful situation. But when we're in these parts of our brain, we can't control it. It's up to someone else help us to get out of those situations, and the stress will make them worse.
Yeah, and a good thing to avoid is loud, sudden noises.
Oh yeah, I freak out when that happens.
Yeah, like she'll jump up immediately and
Get ultra defensive.
yeah, and it can almost guarantee an episode every time. So don't do that, and don't scare him. Oh my God, do not scare somebody.
He used to do that in the beginning of the relationship. He used to do that a lot. He would wait till I would come up to the bathroom and pop out of the corner. And because I have these issues, I've seen myself with intrusive thoughts stabbing him with a fork in the forehead. Or one time I thought I saw an image of shooting him in the face, and it just
yeah, like I said, I learned a lot from the beginning of my relationship, and scaring her was a big no-no.
Number 7. When experiencing or recovering psychosis, they can sometimes seem childlike, and you may need to make the decision. A lot of times when I'm going through these episodes and I start coming out of them, or even during them, I start acting childlike. Doesn't mean you should treat them like a child, but you will start needing to become responsible like an adult. So I'll forget to shower, I'll forget to clean up, I'll forget to talk properly sometimes. I even start talking like a child on some occasions. Won't change my clothes properly, I'll put them on wrong, or I'll forget how to do stuff. It's his time then, like, okay, I gotta become the adult real quick. I have to help her in the shower, make sure she's eating, put her clothes on, close up the things she had out, and not make her feel like it's her fault for not doing it. Because it's not my choice that suddenly my brain's like, and turns off.
Yeah, imagine a light that can be dimmed. Okay, I'll give you a quick example. Okay, see how bright this light is right now on us? It's beautiful, right? You can see every detail. Oh, that's her brain.
Number 8, show your concern and care while avoiding arguing, criticizing them with what they go through. So basically, what I just said, I totally forgot. Show concern and care. My brain's shutting off. Basically does this a lot, but then there's days where he just doesn't do it at all. Like, when I'm going through an episode, he's just like, okay, whatever, he kind of pushes it to the side. He still has a lot of learning to do. He's 26, he's still very young. He's still not mindful, well, I'm a guy, I can do what I want sometimes, and then he forgets that he has someone who has these disorders. And what sucks about these particular disorders is that schizophrenia is literally not plastered on your face. It's not plastered on your chest to say, I'm schizophrenic, or I'm borderline. Sometimes we look normal. Sometimes when we're not talking, we look like a normal person, and it's easy to forget that we go through these issues. There are people who have schizophrenia that are a lot worse than I am at my condition. Luckily for me, mine is a milder case that will get worse with age and stress. Sometimes schizophrenia will decide, you know what, I'm not going to be a mild case anymore, and it's going to be smack the worst case you can see all of a sudden. So a lot of times people think that I'm not schizophrenic because I'm not constantly saying, the government's after me, or I'm going to kill you, or whatever the hell the stigma is with schizophrenia nowadays. Luckily for me, mine is a milder case. It's getting worse because my medications are not helping that much anymore, and I have to go up in medication. Even on the right medications, we can still have episodes. So it's just, it can happen. It depends how much that goes through that you might need to be bumped up on the medication. Oh, this is kind of important. During these episodes, there's always a risk of depression and suicidal thoughts coming through. There's always a risk. It doesn't matter what kind of delusion it is. It could be like, I'm the king of the world, and all of a sudden depression will overreign us, and it can get suicidal. Hallucinations, like the voices, don't help with that either. It's so terrible. So as a caretaker, family member, or friend, it's absolutely important that you respect, be patient, show compassion and gentleness when it comes to these situations. It will go a long way to help you take control and just take control of the disease or disorder, and they can start beginning to live a successful life, or a life at the fullest, if we get on the right medications. But on the way, it takes a lot of passion and patience to get there, because it's not an immediately, all of a sudden I took medication, I'm fine. It takes 3 months for some of these medications to start really fixing the chemicals inside your brain. 3 months! Not after a week, not after a month. After 3 months, they start showing any symptoms of help.
Yeah, and just to let you know, it's like just because you're on the right medication, if you are fortunate to find the right balance, which I hope to every single one of you that do, go to a psychiatrist to see one and get some medication, I hope that you find a perfect balance.
Yes.
But it doesn't mean you're not going to have episodes. It does not mean that you're not going to occasionally see something or occasionally have issues. It's like, this is not a permanent fix thing that like, oh, I took medicine, so now I'll be perfectly fine. No, as a caretaker, you gotta know, it's like, even though my wife is on medication, she can still have an episode right now. And I still have to accordingly handle it as if she's not on medication.
Well, that is all that I have for you guys. I hope that those coping mechanisms will help you, or a family friend, or member, or etc. in the process of coping if you see these episodes go through. Please be respectful to anyone who's going through these episodes, and be respectful to the caretakers who are dealing with it, because they have to sacrifice their entire life to helping those that they love. Doesn't mean they're not going to have a normal, fullest life either. It just means that they have now situations that they have to take care of when the moment it happens. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe, and expect to see more videos like this.